guys, and welcome to the Uncolored Podcast by Bestie. It's your girl, Venita Akpofure. And of course, as the host with the most, it's only right I take you on a full-blown trip all around the world. And the best part is, you don't need a visa. Or just load your phone with megabytes and make sure you subscribe to our channel.
Want to Japa but stuck at the starting line? Meet Vesty. Get a US green card if you have a master's degree, access to loans and savings accounts, and enjoy full support for your school or work visa. We handle your banking and visa support fast and easy. Go with Vesty.
Now, today's topic is culture shock. And we are talking about all the differences between, countries and our experiences abroad. With me today, I have two very exciting guests. We're going to talk about different things, slang, food, weather, what the differences are, what was surprising, and share our experiences and opinions on that matter. With me on the show today, I have fellow ex-BBN alumni. It's annoying, but we are ex-BBN alumni. But apart from that, she is a superstar. She is an entrepreneur. She is also very qualified in a legal field. So if you need her, she's a fitness freak. And of course, she's well-traveled, the beautiful, the delectable, the sexy.
Is that me?
It's you. Miss Esther Agunbiade. I'm always going to, but please, no vex.
It's okay.
Help me with pronunciation.
Esther Agunbiade.
My London mouth is not even. Agunbiade. I did it! Right. And also in the same room, I have the Ronaldo of radio, the Don, extraordinaire, media mogul, Steve's daddy. The gorgeous Mr. Sheye Banks. Welcome to the show.
Amazing to be here. I didn't know I was gorgeous. So wow.
You didn't know?
Beautiful. I didn't know, to be honest. Like, I'm
Guys,
surprised.
On radio, you will just be hearing voice doing no. You will not know that yeah, fine man now.
Thank you very much.
Esther, is he not cute? He's cute.
Thank you.
It's a fine man.
Thank you.
Are you single?
Am I single? I don't know about that.
Hey!
I don't know if I'm single.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that one is your business.
Uh-huh.
But business that I definitely want to get into. Obviously, both of you have been around, had crazy different experiences around the world. Culture shock. Esther, you were actually in a show internationally, in America called The Challenge.
Yeah.
Actually, that was crazy. So I want you to tell me what that experience was like when you first landed there. Was it what you were expecting? Talk to me, girl. Talk to us about that.
Gosh, to think back to that time. I think I didn't expect anything, but I think the first thing that surprised me was someone walked up to me and we were having a conversation. The person was like, "Oh, you speak really good English for a Nigerian." I was like,
For a Nigerian?
"We speak English in Nigeria. Like, what do you think we speak?" So, oh, well, I didn't know.
Did that offend you a little bit?
I wasn't offended. I actually didn't care. But I was just like, do people not know what other people speak in some other countries? At least you should have an idea that English is like a universal language. And if it's not English, then maybe it's French or Spanish.
Something, yes.
Yeah. So I guess that just surprised me.
Did you correct the person?
Oh, yes, I did.
Very good. I
Yeah,
trust
very
you.
good. Yeah, my English may actually be better than yours, but
Ah!
that's not good.
I love it. What about you, Sheye? Where have you been? Where you were just shocked by something that was very different. Like, what countries have you been to? First of all,
I've been to a couple.
you said couple, like 1, 2.
No. I mean, I've been to
220.
more. I've actually been to more African countries than European, national, intercontinental countries. But I've been to Paris. I've been to Spain.
You can name the other African countries
Okay,
too
so
now.
Sierra Leone,
Mhm.
Liberia, Ghana, Togo. Yeah.
Pan-African daddy.
Yeah, so but it's
You
pretty
dey
much just
waka?
work, like, because I'm a hype man. So you
Okay.
just go there, do your thing.
So
and-
is the work the same when you are in these other places, or is it like, are
so-
there differences?
I mean, there's obviously like language barriers. There's always like that difference in like crowd engagement because the lingo is quite different. So you need to learn how to navigate with them. But I think my first culture shock experience, primarily, since that's what we're talking
Yes.
about. I think the first time I ever got on a plane, And
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
when
when
I
was
was
that? What year
I was
was
probably
that?
like a teenager. I think I was 16 or 17.
Chai.
And then I think we got to the destination, and then it was actually not just me, it was me and a white dude, and he was like, "Why are they clapping?
Where
Why are
was
they
the
clapping?"
destination?
I think we're heading to the UK. It was
Okay.
London. So we touched down.
Esther, why
We
you
touched
laughing?
down from Lagos. And we
Okay.
touched down from Lagos, and we got everybody was,
Oh, like
so it
on
was
the
like,
plane.
yeah, people were like, a lot of Nigerians were on that plane, and then we were getting to London, and the guy was like, "Excuse me, why are they clapping?"
Yes,
You know?
please. Why do you think they
So,
were clapping?
I mean, obviously, it's like
Esther,
safe
stop.
flights. You know, it's like coming down from an escalator or elevator, and then you are clapping. You know, so it was.
Did you
yeah.
clap with them?
Obviously, no. That was my first time on a plane. I didn't even know it was a culture. I don't think they do it anymore, but it's like back then, people used to clap when
Esther,
they
have
get
they
to a
clapped on the
destination.
plane for you?
No.
No?
That's never happened.
Have you experienced anything on a flight in Africa that you experienced, a little bit
I think on
differently?
the flight back to Lagos from Istanbul,
Oh, nice.
we're just
Okay.
hearing this noise from the back. Apparently, a Nigerian woman and a Nigerian man, they were fighting and they were insulting themselves for a long.
Ah,
The flight was grounded for a bit until everything settled. Like we were waiting for
that
the flight.
day.
Wow.
Yes. And I was like, God, and Nigerian people, they carry their problem everywhere. That's what I was thinking.
Hey, that must have been very serious and quite embarrassing. Sorry about that,
embarrassing.
Stalin.
Shame.
It happens. It happens. All right. Well, what are the advantages that you think that your culture gives you when you are in another country or in another region?
I think for me, Africa is just like a representation of heritage and, something that has a universal or a strong identity. Once you see Africans, you know we're Africans. First, our skin is not mixed in the sense of Asian or
Yes, okay.
or European or Scottish or British. It's black. We're black, so you know that once you see Africans, whether they're Caribbeans or you just know these ones are Africans, right? And that's one of the things that just helps us go out there confidently to say, you know what, we're repping where we're from, we know our roots, we know our origins, and I think the identity and the heritage that we carry is really one strong identifier that just makes us walk to any place confidently, ask the questions, even if we're not speaking the right language, even if we're going to like a French country, we're going to parler anglais.
So can you always spot the Africans in the vicinity when you travel?
Absolutely.
All the time.
You can't. I mean,
You have never missed.
we're very confident. I don't know if
Okay.
you agree with me, but
I
I
agree.
think Africans are like very confident people, and once you step into a place, you just have to take territory.
Okay, so confidence is an advantage.
Right.
Yes. What else do you think? Or are there any other advantages that you think? Any other time that you have been in a situation somewhere else and you're like, man, I'm really, really glad that I am from where I'm from. I can think of one
Okay.
for
I
me
think
personally.
I would say street smartness.
Yes, street
Yeah.
smart.
Well,
Like,
I remember
for
when I was
most
in
Nigerians.
yeah,
I was-
let's
I
say
was-
most.
If
I
you
was
didn't
in-
dare, you didn't
You
dare.
did- I was in Paris.
Uh-huh.
And this guy, I was in a cab with this guy
Mhm.
because I was looking for a cab guy that could take me around the city. That
Do you
knew
speak
how
French?
I don't know how to speak French, so
Not
he
even
knows how to.
small.
Not even small. It's just
Chai.
it ends at parler anglais.
Ronaldo of the
Do you
radio.
understand?
No.
So this guy was trying to take me around the city,
Mhm.
and then I found out that this guy wasn't going to accept the transfer. So, and I didn't go with any cash.
Hey.
So this guy said, I have to give him cash. I can't send it to any of his brothers because he's probably like he's come out of prison. He doesn't want to. So I found out a lot
But they
about the
registered
guy.
him on the Uber.
No, so with the way these things work, I think you can use someone else's account
Now,
to drive
wow.
a cab.
Please, which country?
This is France. This is Paris. So long story short, we got to a Total filling station, right? And people would just come to pay for like their fuel, and instead of them, giving the cashier at the counter cash, they would give us the cash, and then we would do a transfer. So it was
So
like
you turned into
I turned it. So
bureau
we
de
had to
change
figure it out. We had
at
to
the filling station.
at the filling
Just
station.
one
I'm
cute
like,
bureau de change. Like, hey,
you,
help me.
and that's one thing about us. We were just street smart, like she said. We're just going to have to figure a way out in the chaos and everything and keep going.
That's a good one. Well, the only example I have, I would not lie, is it's actually not that long ago. It's quite recent. I went shopping in Westfield in London.
Okay.
I was born in London, so I'm familiar with the area. And we were carrying all these bags, and we came out, and I could see, like they have like places where the car can stop, like a taxi rank, the bus stops here, the taxi stops here. Your car can only stop come here, otherwise tickets. I was not standing there waiting, like, okay. And I saw this mother. She had a daughter. Her daughter was, I swear, like, had to be close to age to any of mine. This girl was screaming, kicking, wailing, rolling on the ground, abusing her mother.
Wow.
You stupid. This girl was like 4, no, not 4, maybe like, I don't know, 6, 7. When I say rolling on the ground, and it wasn't that hot, like there was puddle, like she threw her jacket. No. Now I say, "Hi, God,
This one now, my
hey, I am so happy. Mommy, God will bless you. Daddy, God will bless you for the punishment and discipline, because
man.
imagine if your, child has no sense of the discipline element in what is African culture and felt free to commit such a display in a place where they'll carry phone 5 minutes, say, please, social services, something there. This child was rolling us. I wanted to correct. Let me not say the word. I wanted to correct the child on behalf of the mother, who was standing there with like 7 bags, looking stressed. I felt really bad for her.
Crazy.
So, in terms of just respecting the traditional sense of authority that comes with family,
Yes.
I was like, thank you, because I could never try this.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if this happened to you when you were little, but did you go somewhere with your mom?
She just needs to look at you.
You would do something, maybe
Just the
don't
eyes.
drink that mineral.
Just the look
Finally,
up,
your mom's
look
done. Like just one breath like this, you will rearrange yourself very well.
It's just so interesting that our parents just have, eye languages for everything.
Like there's a
Like
code.
if they want
Yes.
you to go inside, they just
I think it's very interesting that everybody can say that they had a similar experience.
Yes, but it's
Yeah.
good.
yeah.
Like, I want to talk to you with my eyes. Imagine now, like me, I'll be crying like the child too. Like, you too, get up the floor. One eye like this, one eye like this. My pickings already know. Say, I'm going to go to the left and make a cup of tea with cold water and come back like this. And it's just funny because I was like, Mom, do you realize that everybody can see what you're doing? But even though you see, you don't understand it. Every mom has their individual gaze for
Right.
for each child. But anyway, that was just my own personal experience. And another thing I wanted to talk about was the language, the lingo, the slang, the words. They are very different.
Yeah.
They're very, very different.
Oh,
In
wait.
fact, I think, did we even, we may have even, the words are very, very, they carry different offense level. So for London, if I say, go away, you fool, it's not a big deal at all. It's like, it's even weak, carry ginger. If you call somebody fool in this Nigeria, hey.
Especially in the north, actually.
Okay, what's your experience?
um,
What situation did you have,
So
or what
I
did you
don't know.
witness?
I think I was serving at the time.
Okay.
In the north, and then I was in a keke. From flights to keke. But anyways.
Hey, it's okay. It's Chinese
And
now.
yeah.
Easy.
We thank the Lord.
Amen.
And then this guy, I just say, guy, waiting they worry you now. Are you mad? Next thing, this guy wanted to bring cutlass. I'm not even kidding. He wanted to bring cutlass from under, because they have like, they have like this mat that he
That's
put,
underneath,
yeah, on
okay.
there. So he was bringing out the cutlass
Because you said he was
because
mad.
I say, so I think they
Hey.
find those kind of
my
words
God.
very, very offensive. You know how I can tell my brother down here, like, they mad, waiting, they worry you. And he's like, but I think they get very angry when you say certain things
Certain
Yeah.
keywords. So
Mhm.
Esther, like you already know the keywords before you started traveling. Did you ever reach somewhere and call somebody like, I don't know, you Oloshi or something? Did it enter? It didn't enter. It didn't
No,
land.
I don't think
How
so,
do
but
you communicate with the different types of slang in these new places that you go to? Like, do you absorb it? Do you adapt? What's your response to it?
I think that whenever I travel, what I try to do is I try my best to blend in.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you can only try.
Yes.
Exactly. You can never be like that. So yeah, that's it.
Has anyone ever said anything to you with slang that you didn't quite get quite the first time? You even actually got offended initially. You didn't quite understand.
No, I won't say this is a slang because
Mhm.
even here, like people say it, but
Mhm.
like somebody called me a bitch. Like, but I knew, like, it was the context. I knew she was saying it jokingly,
Not
but
as an
but we
insult,
were
yeah.
not that familiar for
For her to be
to
calling you that.
exactly. But I didn't bring it to her attention
So
because
how did you respond? You gave her a look.
I think it took me aback a bit. Like I
Yes.
had to take a minute to like come back to
Yes.
myself, and I was like, okay, like I know she's just saying it because that's who she is. And I realized after that she says bitch to every girl. It's
Oh,
not
wow.
really a
It's
thing
not
with
really
her.
a
But
thing.
here, like if you're not my close friend, I can't.
Just come
You
and
dare
be.
not. It's and even when you're close friends, you have to be
You
like
have
really
a
Context.
style.
exactly.
Yes.
So yeah.
All right. So let's go back a little bit to your waka, your plenty waka.
Yeah.
So you're an international star now. You
Jesus' name,
work
amen.
here. No,
Amen.
you are international because
Amen.
they collect foreign currency
In
for
Jesus'
another.
name. In
Amen.
Jesus' name, amen.
You work in other countries.
Yeah.
And Esther, we're in the same industry. For some of you who don't know, Esther and I were in Big Brother's House season 4 together. So, like I said, mentioned already, she's a reality star. Esther also featured on the challenge in the USA. So you've actually taken the walk here. Yes, now you enter plane, phew, abandon all of us. And then next thing we saw you on the challenge. So you have a taste of what it's like, here and there. How is work for you? How is that? How are you received elsewhere? Our music, their
Yeah.
music.
I mean, so I think one of the benefits of just having like proper like media training is that you can execute anywhere and deliver, right?
Chai. Are you people
And-
hearing? You can execute and deliver.
and I'm always grateful to that. I'm always grateful for that.
Mhm.
I'm always also grateful for everyone that put me on and taught me the game. But I think when I was in Sierra Leone, I think that's when it hit me like, yo, Afro beats is it. Nobody can tell me anything.
So they went crazy for you there.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
Did people know you there already a bit?
No. They didn't know me. I went there with an artist. So
Ah.
so yeah, it
Can
was.
we ask who?
Ah.
Give us the full gist now.
I went there with an artist. I went there with Kiss Daniel.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
So I was, scheduled to perform. He was also scheduled to
Yes.
perform. So they knew him more. So it was like he was headlining the show, but I came out before him. So, I mean, getting on stage and doing my thing, doing the regular call and response, they responded, right?
To your
Because
performance.
yeah,
Did
and
they
I
go
don't
crazy?
and I don't think it was because it was me. I think it was just because I'm from Nigeria.
Did they throw pants at you
No.
or flour?
That was Burna Boy level now. Why you be like this?
Hey!
I'm not on that yet, and it was just really, really exciting to see how people, just celebrated our songs. It was like back to back to back to back songs. And for me, the next day I went to a party. I just wanted to see what the atmosphere was
Yes,
like.
what the vibe was like.
I
Their
went there
music.
with a couple of guys, and it was 90%, and I'm not kidding, it was 90% Nigerian songs,
Ha.
5% reggaeton records like Break Your Back, Come Out Your Back, all of that, and then 2% of their songs on rotation out there. And to be honest, when I saw that, I could understand why most of them tend to not like you know.
Not like what?
Nigerians and
I
Nigerian
bet they
music.
like us, so.
Yeah, let's be real. Most of these guys don't actually, because we just know how to take over territories, right? Our sound is crazy. I was afraid that can any artist in this country really blow up from there as a Sierra Leonean artist?
That's
know,
that's a
there's-
serious
yeah,
statement to
This
make.
guy,
Actually.
the therapist, he's Sierra Leonean, but a lot of people don't know he's actually from there. They think he's Nigerian. Even the guys there think he's from here.
Niger.
I actually thought he was like,
You see? So I mean, it's really
That's
scary,
so
and it just shows
interesting.
that I mean, our music is great. We're exporting Afro beats not just to the rest of the world, but even Africans are consuming our Nigerian Afro beats. It's crazy.
Okay, so what about you, as in like personal experiences? You know, you're on stage, you're hyping, you
Yeah.
look down there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have you? They say, well, how are you
So
flexing as a guy? You're well.
I'm a
You didn't say
very-
you're single, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
How do you-
because I know how to separate that life
Okay.
from I try not to mix business with pleasure.
So you're saying you're a good boy.
100%.
You're very
In
sweet and very
Jesus' name,
loyal.
I don't
amen.
think
So
so.
whoever is enjoying him
Wow.
right now,
See, that's the thing.
you have done
How
well.
don't you think so? You just see me and you profile me. You are profiling me. You are judging me. Don't judge a book by its cover.
It's not easy to be a fine boy
Wow.
at all. But speaking of fine boys, I'm sure you saw plenty. Well, there were lots on the show. I saw buffed
they're
up
fine
guys. I
guys.
saw
They're fine
muscles,
guys.
things we don't see in Nigeria quite often. Sorry, guys, I love you, but
Wow.
there was a lot of good-looking men. Like, so this reality thing. How was it? Was it very different? Because obviously,
It was definitely very different from the Nigerian experience. The way they take care of you as talent is way different from point of contact.
so it's better.
So,
It's
definitely better 100%. Like, they treat you better. They do not treat you like they are doing you a favor.
Mm.
Damn.
And that's how
Mhm.
that's how
It's
the
supposed to
industry,
be, yeah.
is. That's how they do. Like, oh, they are doing you a favor, but treat people the way you should treat somebody if they are working for you. So yes, I had like a well-rounded experience. I think the one incident that shook me a little bit was so the show started, and this was we're at the heat of COVID, and then it turned out that somebody had COVID despite 1 week staying alone testing, and then we had to like go back out and then come back into the show. But just before we were gonna go back out, we were just pulling people out that were testing
Positive, yeah.
for COVID. We're just having fun. We're really doing anything, but we're staying in the same house. And so we had this. I don't want to call it like a pre-party night or something, and we're dancing. And naturally, again, I think because I'm Black, I was drawn to the other Black people there.
Okay.
First. It's just
You had just a natural gravitation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Black sisters. We called ourselves African queens or something.
Okay.
And we were really vibing to this song, this Thames song. I can't remember the title. Essence. Yes. And then I don't know, something just happened. Like, I could hear yelling, and somebody was like really raising their voice, and I was just like, I was
What's
just dancing.
going
I
on?
was half drunk, and then she was like, "Oh, this particular lady, said, why are we dancing like we're uncultured?" Like,
Oh,
yeah, it
wow.
was all of, and
Yes.
we were shaking our booty. So it was like,
Okay.
yeah,
When
we
I
were
get
all-
yash, she don't get
yeah,
yash to
like, oh, why we
shake.
dancing? We were like,
Now,
we're
what's the vex
uncultured.
am?
And then she said, Black people enslaved themselves.
Whoa.
Yeah, it just like you went from 0 to 100. And I mean, you experience a bit of tribalism in Nigeria, and then you hear people experience racism.
Like,
but,
yeah.
yeah, but I'm Black, and there are Black people around here, so it's not in your face like that until you're out there, and then you realize, oh, wow.
They actually just group everybody with
Yeah.
color.
I guess basically what she was just saying is that, well, I mean, at the end of the day, we sold ourselves. Like Black people sold themselves. So like, yeah,
So
we're
that must have been
uncultured
weird for you, because obviously that whole part of American
I cried.
history.
I actually cried.
Oh,
But
wow.
I mean, again, they tried because they pulled out of the show as well immediately after that. But
Yeah.
it shook me for a bit. Honestly, I was like, oh shit.
I mean, I'll be honest. I've been lucky enough to not really have any very obvious, I would say, or not that I'm very aware of racial profile situations, but like people are always like, oh, problem now, you will not have the problem. But I'm like, they see all of us the same. It doesn't matter. Don't be looking at my tone. But we went to Singapore on a recent trip for Cynthia's birthday, and we were at the aquarium, and there was this like giant fish, like this giant shark. You know, they wear this
Yeah.
mascot thing. And so Angel wanted to take a picture, and Angel approached to take a picture, and the guy was fine. But like the lady that was like in charge or the supervisor let everybody else take a picture. When it came to Angel, she literally was like, no, come on now, let's go. And she literally yanked him. So I was like, okay, maybe it's a time thing or whichever. But Angel she looked so hurt and so upset. And then when they continued, they then stopped for some other people
Oh wow.
to take a picture. And we just actually happened to be on live.
Wow.
And I just went off. Well,
I
they
can
dropped the
imagine.
live by that time. I think Mashallah dropped the live, but I could not. I've never seen anything. I was like, for what now? Because even in I grew up in London. It's very diverse. There's like a
Yeah.
lot of Asians, Black
Yeah.
people. It's the most diverse city in the world. So the racism, yes, does it exist? But like, they can't come out with their full chest and be doing that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Do you
yeah.
subtle
understand?
and
Yeah.
In
it's-
can be
Asia,
subtle
that
and
was like,
direct.
yeah.
like for real. So I'm sorry that you had that. It can be very upsetting. She was very upset, and like you said, you were very upset. But like, in that moment in time when you were tearing up, like, what were your thoughts?
So I've actually thought about racism quite a lot, and I've watched a lot of documentaries. I've watched film adaptations, and first off, I would think to myself that, gosh, thank God I was not born then, because I cannot work on a cotton field, please. I'm not, but yeah, but back to reality. I think in that moment, like, it just dawned on me, the type of emotions and things that some people have actually been through. And so my mom, God bless her soul, she worked in the UK for a while and as a nurse. And part of the reasons why she didn't stay back was because she said that every day was a struggle. Like when you want to, like, maybe sometimes you take extra shift for extra pay, and you work with like old aged people, and if you're supposed to care for them, they'll be like, oh, don't touch me, you dirty thing.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Because they're
like-
from an older generation that and yes, there is a strong streak of racism, obviously,
Yeah.
in the history of Britain.
Yeah.
It's nothing like how I dealt with
Yeah.
like growing up. So that generation would have been further back. So, and obviously they're old. They're saying, oh, they're not
Yeah,
feeling
I mean,
fine. They can say what they
smile
want.
at you, but deep down,
They're gonna write them letters.
Yeah, well, it just hit the nerve. And yeah, so like in that moment I like connected the two, and then it also hurt me because I thought that I think we're already in 2020 something. I think I was just like, times have changed. Like,
Things are
you think
different.
that these things should have changed by now, but it hasn't, and like we're a long way from that. And in a way, there was something she said that it was true. Like,
What was the statement she
Black
made?
people did do that. Like, we did do that to ourselves. Like, it was greed. Like, Black people sold Black.
I mean, they were
people.
exploited. Yeah.
I mean, if they didn't sell, something else would have still happened.
Yes.
But,
So
but the fact that the entire process, it was just everything together.
Yeah.
Like, it just hurt me. That's it.
well, there are also some Nigerians who decided that they have had enough of suffering here with us. They carried their bag.
and they move.
They entered whatever vehicle they wanted to enter, and they
Vehicle?
landed on the other side.
Yeah, so
And
some went
then
by road.
you have this trendy tirade of videos of, I want to go back home. Oh. At home, I didn't used to sweep the floor. I want to go back home. Oh. I did not used to drive myself. Like, so what's your response to somebody who has made that kind of move and is now lamenting?
I think it doesn't matter where you find yourself. Life will hit you with different types of struggles.
Okay.
But, however, if you choose to, take that step,
Mhm.
then be prepared for whatever hits you. But definitely, I'm sure that good will come as well. Like, it's just life.
Did you cook and clean over there on that side?
What do you
Did
mean?
you cook and clean, like, or were you eating out?
No, it doesn't do anything.
You didn't do anything there, but you cook and you do things here.
And that's different. I was on a show, and then when you travel, you travel. But if I'm going to go
Mhm.
over there to live,
Mm-hmm.
I'll cook and clean now.
Me, I don't like to cook and clean. I prefer to do it there. Sheye, what do you think about this?
Noted.
Eh?
I'm just kidding.
Some girls can only cook in London. When they come to Nigeria, I don't want to cook again.
I know. I've heard and had those kind of experiences. So
You have to drive yourself.
yeah.
You have to get on a train and figure it
Mhm.
out with lots of people
Yeah.
moving up and down. Like,
You don't like that.
Like what?
You're masculine. You don't like
some
that.
people find that intimidating. Yeah, some people find that intimidating when they travel.
I like a system that works. So.
You've not seen auntie. You've never had an auntie or uncle that's like, hey, my dear, I want to go from here to London. How will I take, because getting down with the rush,
Yeah.
or that time where, well, in the UK we used to auntie and uncle. There's one time of year they will just come. They'll wear socks and wear slippers too. That's also a thing, because I didn't understand why they wear socks and still wear slides. Slipper, like as in full rubber slipper. The last 2 trips, guess who was wearing socks and slipper? My dear, it weak me. Because the comfort of slippers moving around, I'm not used to having my feet closed all the time,
Yeah.
But it was cold.
Yeah.
So I wore socks. I looked down at myself and I said, see your life.
It happens.
Definitely happens. Okay. What has been, or have you had any embarrassing moments? Maybe you're stuck, the car stopped working, somebody squeezed your bum, didn't know what to say to you. Like, any embarrassing moments in these cities that you've gone to, or what is your most embarrassing moment in any city that you've been to, Sheye?
So I think it's not really been so embarrassing because, like I said,
Hey,
I'm a
'cause
very
this guy.
I don't know, man, but it was last year actually.
Okay.
Whatchamacallit? Notting Hill.
Notting Hill Festival.
God bless
Hey,
you. I was there for the first time, but never been,
Ah.
and I was looking for where to pee.
Oh
You
dear.
understand? I was just looking for where to almost I won't.
You didn't know the plastic
understand?
box.
No, I don't. I'm like too many people. Like
Chai.
break your back. Went outside.
Were you breaking backs?
I wasn't. I was just seeing people jumping on people.
Wait. You waka go festival.
I
They
don't know
find
what I was
toilets.
looking
They
for there.
break back. Waiting.
I just wanted to experience. I heard about. I grew up watching Notting Hill with
Yes.
Keke and D1. Showing us all of that on TV, and I just wanted to experience it. I hear even the people there don't really go out there as much anymore, but I just wanted to experience it, right? So I went there. There were no facilities. There was no toilets. Nothing. The restaurants. They were not even allowing people.
Yes, they were not allowing
Do you
you to come
understand?
and
So
pay.
I was looking for a way to pee so bad.
Mhm.
The train stations were closed, right? So I couldn't even go anywhere to. People were just laughing
So
at
you
me.
just
Like,
say,
I was shaking because I was really pressed. Do you
wow.
understand?
So you
it
didn't
was.
do Niger style of just
I
pulling
know
it
I
out.
didn't do it because I was my guy. My guy was actually laughing, so that was what.
Oh,
So
dear.
my guys were laughing, so that was what
They
attracted.
didn't help you.
What
kind of
they help
friends?
me? There's no way they'll help me put it now. So I'm the one that'll put it myself. So what happened was, they saw other people saw me laughing, and then they told me that there's some place they charge like I think £15
Or 5, to enter.
that you have to enter there. If you buy this, it's £20. If you don't buy anything, just to pee, it's 15.
£15.
To use the number
Who
2.
was running this
It's like-
business? Please? No,
I'm
be
telling you,
Oyibo
it's
man do
crazy.
this one.
It's white people. It's for
It
real.
shocked
It's like
me. Oh.
I
Your
can
mind
remember.
blown.
You know when something has affected you so much,
Mhm.
you remember
Yeah,
everything.
That thing.
I went. It was.
you
It was
pay
an.
your
It was.
money?
It was an art gallery. So I went there. I
Wow.
went to like the basement, and then I paid. I
Paid
paid
£15
to
to
pee.
pee.
That was the most expensive
Expensive
pee
pee.
that I've ever peed in my life.
Can you imagine?
You
Ha,
know,
Bele.
crazy.
Esther, what about you? Anything like totally like, hey, today is the day.
No.
Hmm.
I don't think I
You tell me.
remember.
You tell
I'm
me.
serious. I don't think I've been
Hmm.
embarrassed by anything.
Okay, so I'm going to move the topic on a little bit more forward to man-woman matter. Because, on the other side, they split bills, or women are into splitting bills. And what's your take on that as a Niger babe, Esther? When you got there and you saw that they are splitting bills, or the boys are not, what's the word, toasting with full propaganda.
Vim.
No, I didn't.
You didn't split any bill.
Nope.
Yes, ma'am. Oh. Look how Sheye is looking at you, judging you.
Because
I'm
Shey-
not she judged me on this show already.
So you waka, you go abroad.
Funny thing.
Did they
like,
offer to split the bill with you?
Funny thing for me, and I just have amazing friends. So even the first time a British friend of mine came to Lagos, she said, "No, we must split this bill," and I respected it. That was the first time it ever happened to me.
Do you like
respected
it?
Gosh, I was about
Wait,
to say
man,
that.
you like
No,
him? It's
Now,
sweet
wait
for
now, let
Barry.
me finish now. I said I respected it.
Uh-huh.
Then I went there, and one of my friends there took me out, and that was the first time it ever happened to me, and I liked it.
So you just look, I'm like, wow.
Do you understand? They said I rented out this whole top floor for you.
Hey.
It's my
Wait,
friend.
wait,
though.
wait,
It's
wait,
my
wait.
friend.
It's
my friend.
He?
He.
Is she now? Shebi was saying.
Well, you
man,
just
woman.
said he's my friend.
I said, did I say he?
Hey.
Oh, she's
Well,
my
is it
friend.
Shim?
No, it's a go. Now, wow.
And I mean, he exists in this country,
it doesn't exist.
So
on
let's
this
get
side.
this straight. So your friend rented out the whole of a top floor and
Yeah.
volunteered to split bills of the top floor situation, or
No,
lost
no,
generally when you
just
went out.
Got the space. Got me to
Why are you
Yeah.
slowing
Took
down
care
with
of
this?
everything.
exactly just.
So when
handle
you walked
everything.
into
and
this
that's
space
the
now-
first time in my entire life anybody has actually paid for a meal for me.
Oh,
Do you understand?
child.
Like, because I pride
Whoever
myself
you are,
in,
God
like,
bless you.
Yeah.
No, she's one of my good friends till date.
she's a friend.
She's a
Still,
friend
wait,
now.
so you still
Just a
friend zoned
friend.
this girl?
Can we just move
So
this
wait, she
question?
got on a plane and you friend zoned her.
You don't
Already
understand.
at the top floor.
Let me shed light.
So when you walk
You know,
inside,
you know all those guys that they say shoulder to cry on. I'm the shoulder to cry on, and she's my shoulder to cry on. So that's how
that's
tight
if
we are.
you, but you're not helping. Oh
That's
my
the thing.
Wow.
We're tight.
Be
Like,
careful,
but don't you
be
have?
wary of those
don't you
shoulders
have-
to cry
Listen.
on.
But don't you have?
No, I don't have.
You don't have.
I don't have.
You don't show us to cry.
I don't have shoulders to cry on.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day,
I have God.
we're good friends. I mean,
So you friend zoned her. She didn't
we
do
friend
enough.
zone each other. There's reasons why people friend zone each other, and
Was it soft? It's not soft. Why?
we're
couldn't we
talking
make
about
it?
culture shock. Oh.
Yes, I know
Yes,
now.
we're shocked.
So
Well,
you're
she-
saying that you are shocked that the woman from a different culture did
First
all of
of
that,
all, like,
but you liked it.
I liked the
It
experience.
felt
yes,
good.
yeah.
So now you know what we want to feel like.
That's
As
what
well.
we like to feel.
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't
we like
I
to
don't
feel.
understand where
time.
this conversation is going.
Don't
sha.
carry your
Though-
waka, your just bend down for.
Though, but yeah, it was a good experience. I think women out there actually appreciate and they take pride in sorting their stuff. Some of them are starting to understand the experiences that Lagos Nigerian women enjoy and want
Who
to tap
said
into.
we are? We're not all enjoying. Please, for God.
Okay, but I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
And yes, they're switching up a little bit too. But I mean, as at the time I experienced it, it was nice.
So I say we display market. We don't display.
I don't know. I'm just saying what's happening.
know.
So
He said in
it
such
is
a
what it
politically
is.
correct way. I love it.
Yeah, by the special grace of God.
So we are changing the world just all over.
that's why we're very confident people.
So are you more likely to reciprocate this kind of gesture with somebody who practices that as part of their culture than you would somebody who is part of your regular culture, but you
Yeah.
don't practice it so much.
Mhm.
I want to ask a question.
So for me, that's not even how I operate. I'm not a tit for tat kind of person.
I'm
It's
not
like
waiting. I talk, nah.
it sort of sounded like that.
No, I said, are you more likely to? Like, is it easier for
Nah,
you to say,
it's just
I will do this one for you because now you understand them now, waiting you appreciate.
okay. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to do it for me, do it for me. Not because of where you're from or where you grew up. If I want to do it for you, I will do it for you. It's
So do it
simple.
for us now. We do here.
You to do it for me now.
No, but I'm not a tit for tat kind of girl, please. I beg. Esther, what about you? In romance, because you're a beautiful woman.
Thank
You are
you.
toasted everywhere we go.
Thank you.
Everywhere we go and everywhere you go without me anyway. So, what has been that interaction like? How has it been for you? How do the men who are not here, who are from different cultures, how do they interact with you differently?
Gosh, I think that European men are one of the sweetest men to ever experience.
Oh wow.
Some of them, because obviously there's no, but yeah, like some of, I feel like African men, Nigerian men, they just have a lot on their shoulder. Like there's just
They are going through a lot.
exactly,
Okay.
there's just a lot going on around
Yes.
here. Like
Who put the lot on our
gosh.
shoulders?
See, we put
Ask
it
your-
on ourselves.
On
Like,
ourselves,
I will
Man,
not
don't
even,
talk the one
we
way
put
they
it
go
on
carry us
ourselves. Like
go.
women will say, "Oh, men are like Nigerian women." So Nigerian men be like Nigerian women. Like there's just so much. There's so much.
Like,
oh,
so
this
much
is-
ick.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. These are a man should be.
But we are all
But
famous.
See, some of these European men, they don't have all of this. They don't have time for games. They don't have time for, they like
They're not
to.
dragging their ego.
Exactly.
or
There's
power
no. They're
tripping
sweet.
you.
They communicate. They are. Gosh.
Hi babe, how are you, babe?
So you're more
Exactly.
likely
Are
to,
you breathing,
to
babe?
marry
That's not what she said. That's
I'm
not
just
what
asking.
she said.
I'm it's a follow-up question.
Okay, you have.
Can't
do-
I just play your role for 1 second?
No.
So how many times do you text your babe to ask her how she is, if she's breathing?
But I did not tell you I
Has
had
she
a babe
eaten?
or if I do not have a babe. I did
Which
not tell
kind
you.
of secrecy is this? Are you Batman? I don't understand.
Spider-Man.
I need to get.
Spider-Man.
It's a Spider-Man. So you have 8 babes.
Eh?
Are you using code to tell us?
What?
Guys, sorry. Good luck. If you think you're the only one, it's not you. But yes, go ahead. Tell us about your interaction. So, are you more romantic there, or are you more romantic here?
I'm who I am home and abroad. I think one thing that doesn't really change about me anywhere is the food I like.
The food.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Sweet. Let's go to this food thing.
I mean, I was on even before coming here. I'm traveling soon, so I'm already.
Where
talking
they
about-
go?
I'm going Kenya, Rwanda, and Qatar. So, at the end of the day, my Nigerian food
Mm-hmm.
must be there. I'm still looking for people that can push me to, be adventurous with food, but I don't joke with that. And
So do you cook your own
no,
food?
when
or
I
you-
travel,
Yes.
no.
How they do them now?
That's what I'm saying. They'll just
Yeah.
bring it. There's Nigerians everywhere now,
Yeah.
so they
You
bring it now.
you make the necessary arrangements.
Yeah, just make the
I
arrangements.
think I'm with him on that. I really like Nigeria.
So you
Ah.
To explore, but
Yes.
gosh, after a while,
I've had
I went to
terrible
eat
experiences with
Like, I just
food.
want to eat Nigerian food.
what non-Nigerian foods have you eaten and you just said "Ekatoy, ekatoy"?
Jesus
Like the
Christ.
worst thing you've tasted, you don't understand the hype.
If I say it, people say it.
Talk I beg na food. Who want they cry?
I don't. Gosh, I can't even remember the name
I
right
can't
now.
remember.
What does it look like?
It's Asian food.
Yeah. Is it
It's sushi.
okay? So like
I
raw
do not-
fish.
I do not. I do not. What are you people enjoying? And then I don't like oysters. Like, why?
Ah.
I'm sorry, I don't. It's just expensive, and people like
this
to
is, so it's a fizzy. That's not what the hype
do
is. What you're
people
saying.
really, really
I actually agree
enjoy
with
it,
you.
Or it's for the.
I actually agree
Oh,
with you.
oyster.
I only
It's like,
tasted
let's
my
be honest.
first oyster 2 years ago,
Mm.
and then I was like, I knew all the terminology. You have to shuck the oyster and squeeze the lemon and. It was like, I was like, we are not doing this one again. And that whole plate was like 280,000.
It's expensive.
Yes.
Like, why?
Never.
What's the
never
most
that.
disgusting international
To be
dish that
honest,
you've tasted?
I don't remember the name, and I think I still have PTSD from
What
it.
does it look? What does it look like?
So it's like green stalks,
Yeah.
and then some slices of butter with some sprinkled black stuff. I don't know the name.
Wait, asparagus.
And say that again.
Asparagus? Is it
I
asparagus?
don't know. So I was excited. It was the first time I traveled.
Oh, okay.
I was
Okay.
really excited to like, yo, I'm traveling. Let me try
Let
something
me eat.
new.
Yes.
You know, let me spoil myself a little.
Now
And
you
then I
order
tried
green
it.
stick.
I went to the toilet like a lot of times. I had stomach upset.
It can't be asparagus. Well,
I
wonder
don't
what it
know.
would
I
be.
don't know what it was,
Which
but I
country
just
did
told
you
myself
eat it in?
I was in London. So
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know what it was. But yeah, I just like my Nigerian food. I mean, the last time I was there,
Mhm.
February, and um I I had Jamaican peas.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
Mango
like
paste.
that.
Yes,
That
that's
that
nice.
was someone forcing me to get out of my comfort
They
zone.
forced you.
They
How did
forced
they
me.
do it? With a gun?
They forced me like just try it.
Emotional
Try
blackmail?
it. So I tried. It was nice because it's sort of is like close to home.
Yes.
Yeah,
They,
so-
they do like black eyed peas and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
the same way we did. Has there ever been a time where you just thought, I don't work at this place, I don't go here. I've seen some things and I feel like there's some things we shouldn't do so much in our culture. There's some things culturally that we shouldn't be doing at all. You know, I mean, let me throw you an example now. For example, was a viral video about I think a transgender person or somebody who likes to dress as a female, and they were like, asked to leave an area, got into an exchange, and then
Oh.
it got physical.
Mm.
In a time where in some places, this is being made legal. This is actually now legally in UK, must be implemented in the education system. Do you agree with the way it's accepted? Do you feel like we should be more accepting? Our culture is not accepting, or do you feel like no, actually, the culture is protecting us from traditional beliefs? What are your thoughts?
I think that human beings evolve, and as such, cultures would naturally evolve as well. I feel like people shouldn't be forced to accept what they do not like. However, the fact that you don't like something doesn't mean that you should like blatantly frown upon it, especially if it's not affecting you in any way.
Right.
How is somebody dressing as a woman affecting me directly to the point that I would stone the person?
Or get
It's not.
physical, yes.
Exactly. Like, let people be. You don't necessarily have to like agree with it, but I just feel like if it's getting to the point where you're like
Physical.
Yeah.
physically harming or hurting the person, then that's where me I draw the line. Like, so the same way I would not. I mean, I don't. Maybe you don't like somebody dressing that way or being that way, but they as well, they shouldn't shove it down your throat that you should accept it. Like, let everybody just stay in their respective corners. Like, I don't like it. Do you?
But
I'm
where
like,
is the? It's a very gray. Where is the line? Where do you say, okay, this is too much, and now actually, you are crossing, the line? Where does that happen for you, Sheye?
Um, I I I I can't exactly. I've never experienced it. I've never been around it. Um, and I don't know, man. I just feel like burning people for looking a certain way, stoning
it's just
people,
extreme.
filming them, you know, and asking them stupid questions about
So we need to take
why
the
you ate
violence,
this
the
exactly.
jungle
It
justice.
just
If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like this food, nobody's going to shove it down your throat. Oh, why don't you like? I don't like
Yeah.
sushi. Why don't you like sushi? Like,
Yeah.
okay, you
You're
don't
not
like
gonna get punished for it.
exactly.
Yes.
So like, just let people be. And I've experienced when I was on the show in Croatia. I experienced a friend is sexual orientation is gay. And he's actually such a fantastic person. Like it does the fact that this is his sexual orientation doesn't take away from the fact that first and foremost is human, is a person that
Yes, of course.
can show
yes.
love and you can show love in return as a friend. So long as it's not forcing me to maybe be like him. Like
So you think
let
we
people
we
be.
we might need to just open up, crack open a little bit more and
Mhm.
take out our jungle justice edge.
I mean, it's preached over all around the world, right? I
Mhm.
think it's something that globally has to be respected. You can't, because you don't like someone's sexual orientation,
Mhm.
seek out to do some
Since the
crazy
beginning
stuff.
of time, I mean, it's some people they will write it in the Bible, of
Right.
course, but it's
It's from
through
time, yes.
even through religions,
Right.
through different countries. So it does exist, and yeah, I can appreciate the delicate balance that you are trying to explain. Okay, well, apart from obviously you guys going around the world, you come into contact with people from all kinds of different cultures, different places, different backgrounds.
Mhm.
And these people sometimes they plant little seeds without realizing. Sometimes for it may be intentional, may not be intentional, but you'll pick up things from them. I've definitely picked up a lot from my friends around the world. But I would like to know how these things in your own personal experiences have shaped or contributed to who you are as a person. What are your brand?
Yeah. So for me, I think being around like a lot of people who grew up there, who are Africans and somewhat relate to people differently, like calling their colleagues by name, like colleagues way older, their uncles,
Uncle and auntie.
Sam. Instead of saying Mr. Sam, you say Sam. It just sort of helps, with the intimacy in a way.
Okay.
And it also helps the uncle become more vulnerable, to
Mm-hmm.
bond very closely with.
That cannot happen. That can
Yeah,
never
it's like-
happen in
Esther,
Nigeria.
explain. Go ahead.
I don't think like it makes sense,
Mhm.
and I totally agree with you. I really like that because I mean, your name is Alice.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I need to call you Auntie Alice when I'm not related to you? I should just call you by your name, Alice.
Mm-hmm.
But in Nigeria, we're very big on respect. And
Yes.
sometimes the respect is really just in quotes. It's not really there. You're just putting it there.
Mm-hmm.
For example, there's somebody close to me
Mm-hmm.
that I call auntie. She's not really my auntie, but let's say her name is
Mary.
Mary.
Mhm.
Let's say I call her Auntie Mary.
Mm-hmm.
What would I call her mommy?
Mama,
Auntie
Auntie
Mary. It doesn't make any sense. I feel like call people by that's why they gave you a name. It doesn't mean I disrespect you because respect is actually earned and it's
Mhm.
not your respect is not, shouldn't be calculated with how I address you.
Oh, that's a
It should
good one.
it should
Yeah.
just basically be with how I feel about you. Like I respect you as an
Mhm.
individual. Then let's leave it there because I could call you uncle, auntie, mister, whatnot, and I still don't respect you. So I feel like
True. Very
Nigeria.
true.
Yeah, we call everybody uncle, auntie.
So that
Plus-
would mean their cousin and their brother. You see, over there it didn't work because my mom actually sat me down and was like, why haven't you considered dating any of the sons of my friends? Mom, I'm so sorry. No, I'm just curious. And I said, well, everybody is auntie. So when I go out, or you're at the bus stop, oh, that's my cousin. That's auntie
Yeah.
so and so, Auntie Florence's son. I've grown up with you. So mentally, I already don't really necessarily have you in that space.
Yeah.
And then you're just not really my cousin, but you're my cousin kind of thing.
Yeah.
So when I was in the UK, I did not date Nigerian or African.
Family.
Yeah, no, obviously, I hope I wouldn't date any Nigerian family, but as in like I didn't date anybody that was from Nigeria or from African culture because of this whole over familiar sense thing.
Yeah.
But would you get offended if like these Gen Zs now they're very outspoken?
I mean, I like it.
If they say Auntie Esther or ma'am,
gosh.
you prefer to be called.
I'm not an auntie. How
Hmm.
am I? Please,
I mean, reality will just kick in. Auntie Esther, Uncle Sheye, like
Don't call me
what's
that.
going
Please,
on?
so I'm auntie. I'm
You
qualified to
are
be
auntie,
auntie.
oh.
Hey, wow.
No.
Senior auntie.
Your name is your name, please. Your name is your name.
Esther is trying to make me feel.
Yeah,
feel
auntie.
No, 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 but your name is your name.
I know. I just wanted to know here by Niger standards. Am I
No.
auntie or am I?
No, yeah,
Are you
auntie now.
joking?
Don't worry.
No,
Once you get out of
you're
here,
Venita.
your next
Look at
post,
that
just post
face. Are you
boo-boo.
joking?
And they ask, am I auntie or not auntie? You get the real response. You are auntie.
If you see me in a boo boo on the gram, just know that Mr. Banks
I
is
think
the
what I don't
cause.
like is the fact that another thing related to that, something we do in Nigeria, if somebody is older than you, or if you're older than someone and you're in a room or in a setting, you expect them to greet you first.
I
thought
abuse
you
that
said
thing.
good
I
morning
abuse
first.
that thing. Die. I
Like,
will
it's not
not
a big
lie.
deal. Like,
I like it. I
or
like
you're
being the
seated-
older person. Come
or
and
you're
greet
seated
me.
here and you're seated over there, like, oh, you have to come all
Oh,
the
you
way
did not,
down.
Esther,
you did
you
not
know-
see me.
wait,
You did
wait,
not see me
wait,
pass here.
Esther,
Yes,
you do
you
not
were
greet
looking
me today
down.
on this
No,
set.
it's not that deep. Like,
Esther, you not greet your senior this set today. Oh. Eh?
I mean, it's just this thing you
Sorry,
said
ma.
now just took me back to secondary school. You were in
Ah.
SS1, someone
Mhm.
is in SS2 or SS3. You have to call senior,
yeah,
senior Jude, senior Janet.
you can't call.
Did you
them
go to
by
boarding
name.
school here?
I did.
Because boarding school in the UK, when they tell, oh, boarding school here is like this, I was shocked. Boarding school in the UK, you have a dorm, you come out, you
Wow.
have general community. Like it's,
Dumb.
yeah, you have a dorm. Like what's boarding school here?
We call
It's
it
like
hostels,
boot camp here.
but
I
it's
don't know
dorm.
why it's.
Boot camp.
They pick
wow.
on the they pick on the babies.
Limau.
Senior, no be only but it's senior sis. I be my school mother. There's all these terms
Yeah.
that don't exist in the UK.
Oh, it
You have a
does.
prefect. You
Yeah.
don't have to fetch the prefect's water. The shower is running. You don't have to deal with none of that.
What?
Mhm.
Like life is just different.
It's
So it's even
different,
the way
for
your
sure.
accent is explaining it.
Hey,
You know, it's
It's
very
very
different.
different.
Very, very different, you know?
You will fetch water.
Yeah.
can never be me.
cut
I
grass.
don't want
Yes.
to that
You
one.
pick two. You
And for
take,
fights
you
when
take
we're
Because
5
you run
naira.
errands.
You take 5 naira to buy something worth 15 naira.
Yeah,
But why they do that to the
Take
young
5
children?
naira to buy
it's just
2
different.
puff puff, 1 coke, and 30 naira biscuits.
And then somebody will still come and thief it from you.
No, you have to bring. No, the senior will give you 5 naira, right? It
from
says-
your own money.
No, he
Hey,
gives you his own money.
yes.
Take. He sends you on an errand.
Mhm.
Take the 5 naira. Go and buy 2 puff puff, 1 coke, and 30 naira biscuits. That's what 50 naira, and
So
bring
make
it
you
back to
carry your
him.
own money, can't spend.
Yeah. So he's telling you spend your money. He sends you on an errand with something small, expecting you to bring amper.
It's like did they pick
Back
on
to
you a
him.
lot?
I have PTSDs.
Oh, sorry.
Ah, it's not
I mean,
easy to be a fine boy.
no, living in Nigeria, I'm sure the whole production crew can probably share their own PTSDs from schooling.
And when
in
I hear the
Nigeria.
stories, I'm like, hi, yes, you just go and meet your prefect. We'll do fire drill once every 3 weeks. But then your prefect to check your line.
Oh,
You have a complaint, somebody's bullying you.
You
You,
have
you
a
go and meet your
complaint?
prefect. Excuse me, there's a spider in the corner of my room.
Spider,
Yes!
That's your
spider,
problem.
spider man,
you don't have a
Yes.
problem, please.
So you don't want to kill the creature. You want to
You
still
don't-
have it should have environmental rights. Can they please
Wow.
send the janitor?
Wow.
Now why that you put sticker on your locker?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Stickers.
You go away into town for the weekend.
Away into town.
Into town for the weekends. Also like this
You're not
boarding
leaving
school.
the school.
Hey,
So it's the
Omo.
holidays.
would you send your child to boarding school in this country?
Gosh, I think it depends on the school.
But I heard it can be character building though.
Yeah, it did
Oh,
do
man.
that for me.
Ah,
I
Sheye
think-
is not
think,
finding this.
To be honest, even daytime school, I'm really not, because I think we're evolving into a time where, as a society, is becoming very
But it's
dysfunctional.
everywhere.
You know, and
Mm.
I think at some point I might have to even homeschool my kids to.
Oh
lay-
wow.
Oh,
lay
you don't
the-
want to
lay-
do that.
No. At the end of the day, just the primary foundation, just laying the
Do you have
primary.
the time for that?
It's very intense.
It's easy to say.
Now some man
that's
go
why I
do-
said. That's why I said I think.
They go talk. I want this one.
This-
Where is
that's
he?
because-
He's gone. He's
because,
in Kenya
because
on the stage.
So-
Hello, everybody. They're racing somebody.
So, like I said,
Homeschool.
I think, and I'm only saying this because I'm really worried about the dysfunctionality of the society in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't really say I'll send my kids to boarding school, so I don't know.
Okay. Okay, well, we've spoken about, things, for example, that maybe you may not take across from the culture. But what about the things that you plan to carry forward? Is there anything that you know about your culture or how you've been raised that you say, yes, this must go forward. My daughter, my son will also be in this practice, or I plan to instill this practice in my daughter or son. Any practices which are taken forward?
I mean, I'm Yoruba, so the clothes, the food, the dance, the parties,
The dance, the parties, the clothes. What
the
if they
Owambe.
Yes.
they
You
dress
know, I
like
mean,
Ira Star and they like electro pop?
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna force it down their throat. So I'm just
You're just
going
gonna
to,
try.
I'm just gonna, teach them,
So
about
enjoyment.
amala,
Yeah.
egusi, Owambe,
Yeah.
the dance. I teach them how to, komole. You understand? All
The
those.
West.
You understand?
The West
So
is moving.
I'm just gonna, you know, show and share my heritage culturally, with my kids. Hopefully by
Is there
God's
anything
grace.
specifically that maybe your dad or your mom did with you that you would like to
So
carry
yeah,
on?
I think they really put me onto music growing up. I mean,
Okay.
I started playing like the talking drum when I was like a year old or
Wow.
3 months, a year 3 months old, and I started playing the piano when I was like 6, 7. So yeah, some of that, talking drum, gong gong, conga, all the stuff. Still African, like Yoruba,
Yeah.
Nigerian stuff. I would like to, pass that on to my kids.
So you too, food
Me?
enjoyment.
Okay. No.
What do you want them
When
to
I was growing
know?
up, my mom didn't wake up before me, especially when I became a teenager as a
Hmm.
woman. So if she wakes up before me, I can't even lock my door at night. So she would open my door down, leave it open if I've not woken up before her. So I think I like to do that to my daughter too. Let's pass it on.
Oh,
Wow.
Wake up early. Cannot be sleeping when I'm already awake. Get up.
Okay,
No sleep for the lazy man.
Yeah, so we have to
Okay.
walk
Yeah, you have to walk.
Oh man, I just remembered something. My mom would sprinkle water
Chai.
on, like, when she tries to wake you up.
And you don't
and
get
you're
up
awake,
so
yeah,
easily.
she'll sprinkle water on your face, so you
Oh
be like,
gosh.
That is even nice. It's better
Yeah.
than collecting better
so
slap.
I
I didn't
think
know
I
for
think I
bucket or your
could, I think
Ah.
I could do that too, or maybe my partner could.
But I think the good
You
side
are-
of it is
Hey, I beg.
my mom
Hey.
would she'll pray for me and come and when you can hear
Okay.
them praying and anoint my forehead. while I'm
Okay.
Wow,
sleeping.
with
And I felt
anointing
Yeah.
oil.
and I felt so loved.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
I like
What
that one. That
brand?
one's very
Yeah.
important. That works now actually currently,
Yeah.
and my girls actually pray for me from time to time, which is like,
Aw.
oh,
So
mom, I wasn't
sweet.
doing it for you. Sorry, I'm enjoying. Yeah, but you know. All right, so we have discussed all the seriousness in this topic and, of course, shared our funny experiences. And we are now at the fun section of this podcast,
Mhm.
even though I can see you are having so much fun already anyway. But yes, we are going to play Migration Bingo, powered by Vesti. So how this is going to work is I'm going to ask a question. And if this applies to you or you have experienced it, I need you to put your hand up and say bingo and share the story.
Okay.
Are you guys ready? When you
Sounds
share
good.
the story, let the story not go into tomorrow, Sha. Just light and quick. All right. First question. Well, Mr. Flight. You're very punctual children. You're well behaved.
Bingo,
Locally,
bingo,
yeah.
bingo, bingo. Ding, 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 ding,
Ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding. Where did you miss your flight?
Yeah, I missed the flight going to Abuja in Ghana. Yeah.
2 flights.
No, not at the same time. Obviously, like, I missed the flight going to Abuja for a show, and then I missed another flight going to Ghana. Yeah.
Okay. So what were you doing that made you miss the flight,
I
sir?
don't know. I just left my house thinking that the road
Will be free.
Lagos traffic just showed me that Lagos is a very chaotic place.
Lagos will be Lagos.
Yeah, so
You have never missed flight, Esther?
I have. This is
Okay. What happened? Why?
It was Abuja to Lagos. Gosh, and this story is actually ridiculous because we're already at the airport. We got we got to the airport early. We were checked in, all of that.
Mhm.
We were in one of the lounges waiting for. I heard when they started boarding, but I was like, let them go, board later. As I carried my bag and I stood up, they've shut the door.
Wow.
Ah, what were you doing? Drinking tea?
I don't know what happened.
Were you in a lounge?
Yes.
Ah.
But I was watching them and it's like I looked away and I looked back and everybody had boarded. They had
Wow.
shut the door. And I was
Oh.
like racing there and they're like, no, they already shut the door. Like nothing can be done. And then I wheeled my bag away by myself.
You
Yeah.
do it by
Shamelessly.
yourself now. Who will help you? All right. Up next, let me know, Bingo, if this has happened to you. Eating a meal that purged you.
Bingo.
Wait, Japa. Wait till you
I mean, I already shared an experience.
the
I
green
had-
stick that you don't know the name of
I
in
don't know the
London.
name.
Oh, it was party jollof. Everybody in my family, we purged. One wedding like that.
So it was here.
Yeah, in Nigeria.
Okay. All right. So one for this side and one for that side. Well, balance. All right. Missed or lost your way?
Bingo.
Share.
I mean, as at that time, there were no Google Maps, or maybe there were Google Maps and I just didn't know how to use them.
Where were you?
I was in London.
Ha, this London have really shown you
Yeah,
shaking
I mean,
answer.
London is like my second home, to be
Okay.
honest. Like, if I'm not in Lagos, I'm in London.
So she's from London.
What?
Continue.
Like, did she ask a question?
No, you got lost. You
Okay.
got lost.
This was when I was a teenager.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yes.
and then Google Maps were not really.
So did you ask for directions? How did you find
That's
your
how I
way?
found my way. Actually, so I was with my sister, and she has like a telegraphic memory.
Oh wow.
I'm just the guy that has I remember faces, I remember things, but I don't remember places, and
Yes.
So she just actually helped. with
You
that.
navigate your way
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. This is a good one. Struggled with local driving rules or road signs.
Local driving rules are in this Lagos. Even the one you miss.
I-
Not just in Lagos, even in London. Like
You drive in London, girl?
not drive. You said road signs, not
Yes, driving and
rules,
road
just
signs
signs.
or yes.
You know, the
Fair
other
enough.
side.
No, I don't really.
But I guess you're just used to it. Left to right, the right is left.
She,
yeah.
No, I'm talking about her. Like she's
I-
used to
if
it
I
now.
if I speak and confess my driving experiences, I may get in trouble. So, but let me just say, okay, do you know what? Do I really
No,
want to
just
do
leave-
this?
just leave it, leave it,
okay,
leave
may
it,
I
leave
leave
it.
am for waiting? May I leave am? May they no carry me where I'm not supposed to go.
Carry you go where you don't know.
Well, I've driven in London and I've definitely driven here. And let me just put it this way: if I drive in London, how I drive here, I would collect. My license will be revoked in 1 week.
Wow.
Yes, but having said that, in the UK, the funniest thing is I don't have a license. I own 3 cars driven there, but I never ever had a full license.
Wow. Confessions.
They collect my motor twice.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Wow.
Like I don't know. Esther,
Have
I
they banned you
wonder
from
why.
driving already?
huh?
Have they banned you from
Red
driving?
card.
No, I've never been banned. I've got points. Hey, please, this is not why we are here. I've gotten points. I've had my car taken away from me. I've been fined, and I just still refuse to get a full license. But I have owned multiple cars in the UK and driven them.
Hmm.
Yes, in fact, my provisional, they know what that one is now. May even be expiring soon. I may need to go and renew it. But yes, I'm sorry, Mom. I promise you I will do the license when I get home. But okay, well, thank you very much for playing this game. And it's actually a tie. And I know you asked about prize, but it was you wanna try. So, Vesti has decided that we definitely need to spoil you a little bit.
Aw.
So I have some presents here.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you.
Take and share,
Oh, it's
and shout out to
heavy.
Red Lantern too.
Thank
Mwah.
you,
Thank you,
bestie.
So you have goodies now. You have
Yes.
done well.
Mhm.
Mhm.
We're
Go
happy.
forth and be fruitful.
Mhm.
And to the rest of the gang, please be fruitful with your comments, your suggestions. Tell us, what was your crazy experience in another country? What practice did you see that shocked you? What part of this do you find funny or you have an opinion on? Or if you have any other topics you want us to discuss, make sure you write down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and share. And once again, thank you. This is the Uncolored Podcast. Mwah.